Hey everybody, this is a video just for the custom box people for 2015 and week 7 here at Earth Spring Farm. And in case you're wondering what I'm up to, I'm out here seeding right now. Got the tractor, got the seeder, and I'm seeding some greens mixes, some radishes, some turnips. I just seeded Elegance greens mix, and now I'm going to try to direct seed Toscano kale. We also do kale in plugs. And you can see those beds of plastic out there, out in that field right there behind me. And we do have some Toscano seed in plugs out there and seedlings. But this video is just to address a couple of questions that we had here this last week about people wondering about, you know, how come there was some options offered in the small and large boxes that weren't available to the custom box members. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an explanation on that right now. So every Friday, Jamie calls me and we talk on the phone and we talk about what's going to be available for the boxes for that week. Aaron, our wholesale manager, calls me and we talk about what's going to be available for wholesale for the following week, for both the CSA and the wholesale. So, you know, it's hard for me to sometimes predict what's going to be ready. Like last Friday, we didn't pick any tomatoes out of the field for market. We were still just picking out of the high tunnel, and we didn't have any of the patty pan squash ready either. None of that was ready in the field. So it's hard for me to predict what day that was going to be ready. I knew they'd start coming in this week, but I just didn't know when. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Monday or Wednesday or Thursday, you know, what day of the week it was. So I left them off the list because, of course, we don't want to offer it and then be short and not be able to get it. Patty pan's a pretty specialty type squash that we offer. Not all farms grow it, so it'd even be hard for me to source that if I didn't have it. So obviously I don't want to fall up short on you guys. So that's what happened this last week, and the week before. I can't remember. I remember fennel was a couple weeks ago too. We had that same issue. What happened with the fennel was it just didn't size up for us because of the rains, and all of a sudden they all started to go to flower. So we ran in the field that Monday, and we just took them all out, and then we threw them in the standard boxes. I did have some left over in the cooler, and we used them, you know, for farmers market or whatever. So that's just a little explanation there. So what I did this week then to try to make up for it is I put tomatoes in everybody's boxes, because we did have enough. The ones in the field are starting to turn now. So I did put either a pint of cherries, or I put a couple of, sometimes you just got like one big heirloom. And we do have some big heirlooms coming in right now out of the high tunnel. We're weighing, some of them are 2 to 3 pound tomatoes. So, you know, you may have gotten one of those or a pint of cherries, or maybe just a few hybrids together. And I put those in there in the custom boxes free of charge to try to make up for that inconsistency from the previous weeks here, as far as like what we had available and then what we said was available and what was actually available. So I hope that explains it. If you have any questions, give me a call. You know, this custom box thing is kind of a test run, and we want to see, we're trying to make it work the best we can, that's for sure. We want to make sure that you guys are happy with it and that it's, you know, works for everybody. So anyway, give me some feedback. Let me know how you guys feel about it, how it's working out. When we've had some glitches, we're finding out what logistics are really about when we go to this kind of thing here now, because now we're offering all these specialty things, plus the regular, you know, all the milk cheese, and we're starting to add more things. So we feel like we ought to just call Amazon up and try to hire away one of their operatives. But we actually do have a guy who's a volunteer at the farm right now. He's a logistics specialist. That's what he does. He works with one of the chocolate companies around here. It's not Hershey. It's I forget who it was now. So he's actually got quite a bit of interesting input for us. So anyway, we're finding out what it's about here. We're not just planting and growing. As a matter of fact, we're having to organize a whole lot of stuff. So okay, keep in touch. Thanks everybody. We'll talk to you soon.